to Turn Pain into Power podcast. Today, you are tuning in season 4, episode 2. Y'all remember this song? Today's topic is deep. So take a seat, strap up. It's a beautiful day today here in Florida. Welcome to summertime. Normalize leaving toxic family members right where they had you messed up at. And this is very hard to do. I want to make that clear because it's not easy to put a stop to abusive, toxic family members after they have been abusive towards you emotionally, physically, or mentally for years, if not decades. And it's after you do so much healing, to be honest, it's almost impossible for you to find an excuse for their actions, for the way they act, for their attitude, their mannerisms, their narcissistic traits. You know, I know that it's a little bit harder for older folks because they always think they're right. Heck, they have 20, 30 years on you. You're their kid, for example. But after you do a certain amount of healing, you really do find it intolerable to deal with them, to continue to take that abuse, basically. You just don't have an excuse for them to continue to act that way. At some point, you do have to self-reflect. At some point, you do have to realize that you do need to heal. They have unhealed traumas as well. And it's like the moment you put your foot down, you're the bad guy. And it's like the moment you start to implement strong boundaries where you will no longer accept certain types of treatment. You really don't have an excuse for people's fucked up ways. Hey, if you don't want to change, if you don't see anything wrong with how you talk to me, how you treat me, how you deal with me, and you think I'm going to stick around, I'm going to continue to give you access to my energy, then you got me messed up, because that's not it. So implementing strong boundaries is very important with certain people. And hey, I have no problem with loving people from a distance. What I'm not going to do is allow someone to think that they're okay with being abusive towards me or disrespecting me just because of their title, of their role. And this happens a lot in Hispanic family households where your mom and dad, it's a respect thing. You know what I mean? Oh, whatever. You'll take my abuse, take however I talk to you, take, you know, it's my way or the highway type of attitude. And it's like, because your mom, you have to take it. Because their dad, it's a respect thing. You have to take it. And that's not healthy, y'all. This is a mental health podcast. So by all means, if you've done enough healing to where you're not okay with the way someone treats you, and because they're family, you're pushed to believe that it's okay to take it, you don't have to. You know, in your life, you should be able to cut that umbilical cord when you see it's time to. When you see someone is hindering you by just the way they are towards you, when you've done enough healing from your childhood trauma that you're able to see somebody else is just not. And let me tell you something. Anyone that thinks I'm going to continue to pick them over me is clearly insane. I have finally done enough self-discovery and self-healing that, and childhood trauma healing, that I finally love myself enough to realize I no longer have to be a people pleaser. I no longer have to put anybody else's needs before me. So a lot of the times in the dynamic of a family member, it'll be a family member that is either an authoritarian, either a mom or dad, an uncle if they raise you, aunt, a grandfather or grandmother. And a lot of the times they swear that it's their way or the highway, their needs need to be met before your needs, you don't matter type of thing, you're in a child's position. However, we are adults now, and we are able to understand that you have dealt with this for a long time, and it's time to cut that umbilical cord. It's time to put yourself first. Yes. And once you do that, they hate it. They cannot take it. It's like, oh, they victimize themselves automatically. It's like a defense mechanism. Oh, she's putting her foot down. Oh, she actually loves herself more. Oh, her needs are actually before my needs. Oh, it's no longer my way or the highway. Oh, I cannot control her narrative any longer. I'm the victim here. You hurt me. Isn't that crazy? And it's like, once you have your peace, once you realize you are no longer in the wrong, you do not need to people please. You do not need to put yourself last to feel good about yourself, to feel valued or loved. But you don't have to do any of that for love, not even from your own mother. Let me tell you something. Again, I am okay with loving you from a distance. It's like you've honestly unlocked another level of awareness. You peep the type of abusive shit that people will put on you, and it no longer will mess you up. It's actually laughable at a certain point. After you've done enough healing, you will look right through their bullshit, like unveiled. Oh, blindfolds are off. I see here what you've been doing and putting me through for years. I no longer will take it, and you no longer will control my life. So once you are in that position of loving yourself, of valuing yourself, of knowing yourself, of keeping abusive toxic family members, and cutting those ties, you're gold. And it is like you've unlocked another level of awareness, because you will always put yourself first in these situations. You will no longer put yourself last. You will no longer fall victim to this type of abuse. Yes, y'all. So when you cut these family ties, had to walk this dog, you literally unlock another level of your life, because you can finally be who you really want to be. You can do what you want to do, and stop trying to be who your parents want you to be. And that's extremely important, because how are you going to get to accomplish your goals if you're sitting here not true to yourself, not being who you want to be, not being who you truly are, and walking in your purpose? You cannot walk in your purpose if you're not true to yourself. So, yes, respectfully stand on business when it comes to these toxic family members, and make it clear to them that you are no longer going to take their abuse in your adult life, because for some reason they thought you was going to continue to take it. They thought that it's okay, because they also have unhealed traumas. And pray for them to finally get the help that they need, because honestly, these generational curses, this is how they live through you, not finding what the root of the problem is, not healing from trauma, and continuing to put your children through your traumas. My dog does a lot, so if you see me spinning, y'all, yes. So thank you for tuning in to Turn Pain into Power podcast, y'all. Have a blessed day. Remember that it is the everyday struggle to surpass the different obstacles that people throw at you. People that are abusive live with demonic entities, and I'll be the first to tell you, I ain't gonna deal with your demons. I'm not. I'm gonna go ahead and continue healing and live my life and live in peace and not allow nobody's negative energy to get to me, because what? You gotta put you first. Have a blessed day, y'all. Tune in to the next episode. I will be dropping next